Am I talking too fast? When I get nervous, I start talking fast. Am I talking too fast? I'm okay. I just want to make sure I ain't talking too fast. When I get nervous, when my nerves be bad, I go, like I said, this is my first class, and I ain't expect nobody to show up. When I start seeing those things saying this person got their ticket, I was so excited. Well, look here. Couldn't tell me nothing. I was like, ooh, wait. Okay. And again, I shoot Canon. You can apply these techniques to anything. If you shoot Canon, Nikon, Sony, Panasonic, these the basics. This work with anything. This, matter of fact, this is what everything I'm talking about, this is what your cell phone doing. Your cell phone doing everything I'm talking about right now. And a lot of times what happened is somebody go out and get them a nice new shiny camera. They go pay good about $800-900 or more for the camera, and they take a picture and it don't look like nothing. And they be like, I'm just gonna use this. Because when you buy tools like this, these tools have settings where you can it's touchscreen. They have settings where you can just put it on automatic and it'll do the same thing your camera do. It does everything for you. But understanding the exposure triangle and knowing how to manipulate it, it gives you the control. Like on the Canons, it has like an M. If you put it in M mode, that means I'm gonna do everything. I'm gonna set my aperture, I'm gonna set my shutter speed, and if you take the ISO off automatic, I'm gonna set my ISO too. And with I got a few camera bodies, but like with my one of my cameras back there, I got a 5D Mark IV. It has like more features right there at the tip of your fingers, so you can control them without taking it down from your eye. You got the little wheel on the back is your aperture. The wheel on the top is your shutter speed. It's got a button right here for your ISO. You know, you can just hit it. You can keep it up to your eye, and you can control everything. That's why sometimes you see a photographer that's been doing it for years. They be sitting there doing that, and they like, hold it there for me. They changing the setting. They may be making it brighter, making it darker, moving the focus point, and they never take it down from their eye because the muscle memory of what it does. Like me, I know on my camera and most cameras, if I push it this way, matter of fact, look at the screen. If I push it that way, I'm decreasing my shutter speed. If I bring it this way, I'm raising my shutter speed up. I roll it to the left, it's going lower. Roll it to the right, it's going higher. I know that. It's like it's muscle memory. So if I'm here, let's take a quick test. If I'm shooting at 1/640th of a second and my picture come out too dark, what I need to do with my shutter speed? Slow it down. Who said that? I got a 2X, a small, and a I got a 2X, a small, and a medium. A small, okay. There you go. Very good, very good. You want to slow it down. You want to slow it down, and it's like you don't even have to take it down from your eye to do that. I'm here shooting. Oh, that's too bright. Come back this way. Oh, that's too dark. Come back that way. You don't have to do it. And what I like to do when I'm shooting, just as like a tip, what I like to do, like, see how I got the ISO 1600? I may not even need 1600, but I don't know what the lighting gonna change like, so I just put it a little bit higher than what I need, and then I'll just set my shutter speed faster like that, and that way I can keep my exposure balanced, because the way they work together, if you want to keep the exact same exposure, we getting into, where we at here? The slide there. Where my mouse at? There it is. With the thing open there, don't show me. How they create the exposure. That's where we at though. We talking about how they create the exposure. And so, oh yeah, well, there it is right there. And so what they do, like if you want to keep the exact same exposure and you're going to change something, you have to do the opposite of one of the others. So if let's set this here. I'm gonna go with, see something here. Turn this. Oh, I got my cap on. Why you didn't tell me my cap was on, Tim? Tim, you supposed to tell me that. Okay. And you see I'm looking. And also, inside your camera, And when you look inside your camera, there's a little, can everybody see that? See that little meter there? There's a little light meter. At 0, the camera thinks that's the perfect exposure for what it sees. Now, the camera ain't as smart as you. A lot of times, that is what you want, but sometimes you might be shooting with some backlight, and you don't want it to be right there. Because if you're shooting with a lot of backlight behind you, your person gonna be a shadow. The backlight gonna look real good, but your person gonna be a shadow. So you got to be smart, and teaches you how to be smarter than what the camera think. Because the camera just trying to get to what they call 18% gray. It's trying to get to 18% gray. And so it's looking at the whole scene, all the lights, all the darks, all the colors, all the non-colors, and it's trying to make that whole scene be 18% gray. And then when it get in the middle, it's saying that's optimum exposure for what that scene look like. So drop this down a little bit. Come here. I probably should do it without y'all seeing it because y'all can cheat. So if I go, come here like this. Let's say, I'm gonna take that picture, right? If I look at that picture there and I be like, that picture a little bit dark, right? If I wanna brighten it up, like what I do, I put my shutter speed high. So I come in there and I slow my shutter speed down and I get it to right there. And the camera says, come here. The camera says this is perfect, right? Did it change? It switched. Okay, the camera says that's perfect, right? So if you want to change something and keep that exact same exposure, right? Whatever you change, you're going to have to change one of the other ones by the exact same amount and stop. So if I say I don't want to shoot at ISO 1600, I want to drop it a stop, right? I want to drop it a stop. So I bring that down, hit my ISO, and I bring that down to 800. So if I brought that down to 800, right? I made it less sensitive by one stop. That means I need to let in one more stop of light. So I'm at f3.2. This lens only go down to 2.8. So I can't let in one more stop right there. So, but I can slow my shutter speed down to let in one more stop. If I slow it down, one stop, that's one stop. I went from 125 down to 160. I cut it in half. I let in one stop. And I take the picture, and it's gonna be the same exposure. Even though I adjusted this. Now, if I leave it like that and I increase my shutter speed by one stop and I don't change my aperture, it's gonna get a little bit darker because it got a little bit darker. And I might have wanted that. If I wanted it to get a little bit darker, I don't have to move all three if I don't want to. And that's the power of understanding what they do, because you don't always want it to look the way the camera. If I want it to be more moody, I want it to be more moody. I want it to be, just, it's like a lot of light back there. I don't want all that light. I want it to be more focused on them so I can just underexpose the backlight. And I just keep speeding up my shutter speed, speed it up a little bit more. I just speed it up a lot. And I want my picture to look like that. I just darken it down. That's giving me the power to decide what my exposure look like. And by the way, an exposure is nothing but the final image that you capture. If you're taking a picture or if you're shooting video, your camera just taking 24 or 30 or 60 exposures per second, depending on the frame rate you're shooting. If you're shooting at 24 frames per second, your camera taking 24 pictures every second. And that's what that frame rate is. It's taking them, you don't hear it clicking like that, but it's taking those images to make that motion picture. And with photography, you controlling the exposure with the pressing and the releasing of the shutter button. So that's how they all three work together. Any questions on the exposure triangle and how they work together to control light? Yeah. Oh yeah, you're good. Any question? I know I couldn't did that good. I know I could have did that good. Somebody got to have a question. Man, again, thank you all for coming. I promise you, I ain't think nobody was gonna be here, and I applaud everybody in here because y'all, you're investing in yourself. You're investing in yourself right now. You could have spent this hour with anybody, but you decided to come here with me and listen to me talk about the exposure triangle. So you invested in yourself right now, and I applaud that. That's big for me. That's big for me. I got a 2X and a medium. A 2X and a medium. 2X and a medium. 2X and a medium. All right. A 2X and a medium. Let me see. Oh yeah. Can y'all see that? You can't see that on the side. Okay. All right. 2X and a medium. If you need to let more light in, what do you need to do to one of your exposures? You need to let more light in. You have to, what do you need to do? What do you need to do?
Lower it. You have to lower your aperture.
You need to lower your aperture, and you're doing what? You're
winding down. You're coming down.
You're coming down, but it start with a D. I'm helping you out here.
Decrease? That's what you want to say when they help you to say.
You're doubling it. Which one you got? I got. All I got left is a doubling it. Yeah, okay. I got a 2X and a medium.
I definitely can't fit this.
It is. I don't think nobody can wear. Anybody can wear a medium. You wear a medium. Thank you. There you go. All right, I'd like to thank y'all for coming out. My name is Timothy Rogers with TLR Video Photography.